This week, the greenery has been popping up everywhere. It is a big relief to finally see the natural world working away, doing what it does best. The birds have quietened slightly and are busy collecting food for their young, although the cuckoo is still desperately singing his heart out looking for a mate, and his call echoes through the forest and the high lands over here. The variety of wildflowers have more than doubled in the past week, and the little drops of intense colour peek through the long grasses and mosses along the laneway and under trees. They are fascinating, and it really makes you wonder about the tiny world we don't usually see much of. What animal life do they support? Which little creature finds nourishment inside the delicate flowers? We probably don't pay enough attention, but if you look up close and for long enough, you will witness the busy world beneath our feet and the beauty of it. It is a tiny world that we need to take care of, cherish, and remember the importance of each and every little plant and creature and the role that they play in supporting the world as a whole. We finished off the rhododendron clearance behind the house in the yard area. It took a whole weekend to remove, sort and stack the giant invasive trunks and branches in that area. Some of the stems were around 6 meters tall, and the canopy of evergreen foliage so dark and vast, cancelling out all light to the floor beneath, not allowing anything else to grow. Not a trace of any kind of animal or bird life growing in them. It feels good to get rid of another section of this invasive species and allow the light and air to get through to the forest behind. We found that we had freed a few rowan, also known as mountain ash, alder, as well as the conifer and larch in the planted forest. They will now have space to heal and repair themselves, and we now have more space to plant a diverse range of native and pollinator-friendly shrubs and flowers too. My broad beans here have been suffering a little bit of nibbling action, I think probably from slugs. I've seen a few slugs around here, they're quite big. I really want to try something natural. I mean, we've got the dog here. I don't really want to put slug pellets down, so I'm just going to try, because we had some this morning, some old coffee grounds and some spent tea as well. Apparently the caffeine deters them, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on. I haven't got too much with me at the moment, but I'm going to try a little bit of that. I see that they've done a bit of damage last night as well, just on these the three plants closest to me here. So I'm going to try that, I'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm also going to pot on this peony. I've already planted a couple of peonies at the end of my vegetable beds. I kind of want to make a more natural sort of higgledy-piggledy garden. I know vegetables are normally grown in very neat rows and it helps with weeding and everything, but I'd really like to just combine flowers and vegetables and herbs and leaves. I don't really know where to put this peony at the moment, and unfortunately one of the stems, which is one of the more established stems, had bent over, so I'm supporting it here with this cane. It's a little bit delicate. I'm hoping that that stem will survive, but there's one or two very tiny buds. I just love peonies. They really remind me of my mum. She had some in her garden. She's not with us anymore, unfortunately. So I'm trying to plant quite a few things that she loved. She had a lovely cottage garden with peonies, roses and honeysuckle. And I've already got 3 honeysuckle in over on the perimeter of the garden area here. So these are really in memory of her, and they're really dear to my heart. Also, on one of my many walks along the laneway, I discovered the bilberry, and it grows so well in this mountainous, damp climate. The berries should be ready around autumn time, and I'll really look forward to foraging some of them and seeing what I can make with them. I want to put some broccoli calabrese and some red cabbage in the remainder of my final bed here. I've got probably about 2.5 meters worth of growing space left. I'm not sure whether I'll get any more compost over here I want 2 more outdoor beds, but we're just so busy at the moment. I'm just not sure whether I'll get any this summer. So I'm going to try and put maybe 2 or 3 broccoli to start here, and maybe 3 or 4 red cabbage. I'll need to space them out quite wide, and then maybe I'll still have a little section I've got quite a few things still at the house, and I've got a few more flower seedlings to go out as well. Maybe I can just sort of dot them round the edges and get a few more pots in as well, and you can kind of move them around at the end of the beds.